Hi, hello, welcome to today's video. I'm so happy to be back with another try-on / haul video, except this time is going to be like a two-parter situation because I can't wait anymore. This video I've been planning for now over a month's time, and for whatever reason, the package with a majority of the bikinis that I ordered from Zaful still hasn't shown up, and the tracking / update part of the Canada Post website is not updating anymore, and it says there's no more information as far as like what the status of the package is. So I am really concerned that it might have gotten lost. Fingers crossed that that's not the situation, because there are 6 bikinis in that package along with a pair of sunglasses that I ordered from Zaful. So fingers again crossed that the rest shows up, but I figured for whatever reason one of the bikinis did show up yesterday, so I figured I'd do kind of like a preview video. So that's what today is. We're gonna do the breakdown. I'm gonna do the standard breakdown that I would do for the rest of the bikinis, but I figured I'd get, you know, this part going because I ordered these bikinis and the pair of sunglasses May 18th, so it's been a little over a month. To be honest, I expected it to take even longer. For some reason, I expected this to be kind of like a wish situation where it could take up to 3 to 4 months for something to show up. Luckily, that isn't the case. Luckily, it showed up fairly quickly. These bikinis I think were supposed to show up even earlier, but unfortunately with the delays because of COVID, a lot of the shipping and everything is taking a long time. So that is what we're doing today. I do feel like, of course, naturally I had to put out the stereotypical disclaimer. Zaful is not paying me to do this video. I have chosen to do this video myself. I paid for everything myself. So that is disclaimer number 1. Disclaimer number 2 is a little bit of a rant that I need to get off my chest because I don't understand what the issue is here with YouTube to some extent, but the whole reason that I do try on haul like videos is for all the ladies out there, or guys, not judging, whoever is online shopping out there and has a similar body type to me, is maybe looking to figure out whether or not it's worth, as always, I'm doing reviews so you guys can find out whether or not the quality is worth your money or your time, and how this stuff fits, and maybe in relation to your body, it gives you some idea what size to buy or what style will work for you. So that is why I do these try-on videos. I don't do them to be provocative. I don't do them to flaunt my body out there. It's just to help any of you out there to understand, maybe if you've got a real body like myself, I've got curves, I've got cellulite, I've got rolls, I'm not trying to hide anything in these videos, to give you an idea of what will may or may not fit for you. So, in regards to that sentiment, for whatever reason, my Fashion Nova video, the last one that I did, with a majority of the things that I tried on were bodysuits, which ironically have more fabric and coverage than bikinis do, so this should be interesting. That video got demonetized, and I asked for a manual review, still was demonetized, and they didn't clarify exactly what was inappropriate about it. I didn't do anything inappropriate in that video. Everything was completely covered, and it's the same situation with this video. If something's spilling out, I'm going to obviously cover it up. Maybe I'll put on a pair of underwear underneath or wear a bra underneath if I absolutely have to. But I am not doing these videos for whatever reason, like for any reason but to show you guys how these things fit on a real body. I have a feeling that Susan just isn't a fan of my butt, and Susan, jealousy is very ugly. So, you know, I just hope that these videos don't get flagged or deleted for whatever reason. So there's always that fear, but, you know, I'm still gonna do it because I think that there is a place for this on the internet, and I think that it should be fair for women out there to see what clothing looks like, especially when the only option is to shop online. So that is end of rant. I'm done. I'm letting it go, at least for now, until we see what happens after this video gets uploaded. But nonetheless, enough of the rant. So this is one of, again, the 7 bikinis that I purchased. I'm just gonna pull up the Zaful website just so I can let you guys know what this style specifically was called. This one I was actually probably excited for the most because the style is so different than anything I've seen. I've seen, I guess, versions of it online, but I've never seen anything like this in store. So I ended up going with this. This bikini, out of all the bikinis that I purchased, was probably middle of the road. It was $22.44 at the time of purchase. I've gone back on the Zaful website and I've kind of clicked back on a few of the bikinis that I purchased, and the prices have fluctuated because it seems like they always have different sales and deals going on. So as far as that goes, it could be a completely different price now. Of course, I will leave the link in the description box down below if you guys want to check it out. And I did purchase, out of the 7 bikinis that I purchased 2 in a size small, which honestly I didn't even realize until I went back a few days ago to look. 2 in a size small, and then the rest in a size medium, to really see what the variation on sizes is and to see if it's forgiving at all. This guy is a size medium, is that correct? Yeah, size medium. It's a top and bottom piece, and this was some sort of a collaboration with, I'm assuming she's some sort of an influencer. I actually had to Google her name because I had no idea who she was. No offense to you, girl, I just don't know. I didn't know her name. So what this style of bikini is called is the Jessica Howell and Zaful Dalmatian snake print tie cutout bikini. So this style of bikini is almost like, the top looks like it's almost like a star shape, and then the bottoms are a tie-up. So tie-up bottoms are always very forgiving in the sense that you can kind of, if you fluctuate in weight a lot like I do, especially from year to year, tie-up bikini bottoms are very forgiving in the sense that they definitely, you can adjust them to fit your bottoms however you want. So if you want them to sit a little bit higher, you can tie them a little bit looser but have them sit up a little bit higher on your hips, or you can tie them up a little bit tighter if you've lost some weight. So they definitely are very forgiving. I like how they package this, and separately I don't see the point in this. So right off the bat, I can tell you this much. The feeling of the bikini overall, it feels, okay, so first of all, this has padding in it. This top does have padding in it. Wow, this is wide. How separate are your girls? And how does this go on? How is this supposed to go on? Okay, here's the bottom, and then I guess this is the top part? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this one out because, oh no, this is, there you go. This is how it goes, I think. No? That's the bottom. How is this supposed to fit? Okay, that's gonna be interesting trying this on. As I was saying, this top is padded. It actually feels like a really nice kind of padding, though to be quite honest, I'm the type of person that actually ends up taking the padding out of the top because A, I'm not offended by nipples, and B, I actually find that these pads always end up getting folded and twisted and end up being uncomfortable to wear anyways, so I usually take them out, and the pattern is distracting enough that the, like, if you have some nippleage showing, it's not going to be super aggressive. I'm not entirely sure how this is supposed to go on, so we'll see. As far as the fabric, it feels very soft. It feels like a pretty standard fabric for bikinis. I would say this is probably like Forever 21 comparable. I did go on a bunch of different websites as far as checking out, wow, these are some interesting bottoms. Says Forever Young. Sorry, I'm just very distracted by like what is up with these bottoms. These look kind of huge. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way they're tied up. I did go on a variety of different websites prior to purchasing and committing to the Zaful website, and out of all the websites from like Fashion Nova, Abercrombie, American Eagle, and then a bunch of indie brands or bikini and bathing suit specific companies, out of all of the companies, I found that Zaful was easily the most inexpensive for a top and a bottom set. They do sell separate sets as well. So as far as that goes, I'm not gonna dive into too much more of the details as far as my thoughts and my opinions as to why I purchased from Zaful or why I ordered the styles that I did, because if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts and opinions as far as that goes, I actually did a podcast where I talked about a lot of the details about my health and weight loss and all that jazz. So if you guys are interested in hearing that breakdown, I will leave a link to the podcast down in the description box down below with the timestamp. Yeah. And we're back at a little bit of a different angle. Sorry about that. My boss ended up actually just calling me and interrupting the videoing of this video, or the recording of this video. English, not my first language. So I had to pause the video. But as I was saying, as far as the options, or if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts and opinions as far as the podcast goes, the info for that will be down in the links below. So again, as far as the feeling of this bikini, I love that the fabric is soft. It definitely feels soft. I do feel that it's a little bit weird that these bottoms don't have that like plastic protection bit. Obviously they don't look worn. It looks like, it's interesting because the tag is like in the middle of these bottoms, so I feel like these could be almost reversible, maybe? I don't know. It's going to be interesting trying these on. And again, this top is going to be interesting as far as trying it on. So if you guys want to even just take a look at the top, it clearly isn't finished on both sides of the straps. And it'll be interesting to see what the stitching feels like up against the skin. Now, for any of the bikinis, I obviously won't be able to tell you like the full honest quality of what it'll feel like wearing them for a full day. So if you guys are looking for updates on all of that, I will leave that up on my social media, either between the Reviews by the Blonde Instagram account or my personal account. I'll keep you guys posted, but I think it's time for me to try this bad boy on. Mostly I need to figure out how this top works because I am still very confused by it. I don't know how this is supposed to fit. This is very curious. So we're gonna figure that out and I'll be back shortly with the bikini on. Okay, so don't be confused. I was in the midst of putting and trying this bikini on, and I do have the bottoms on right now, and I was just trying to figure out this top. So it's not as complicated as it looked as taking it out of the packaging. This all moves. These like these straps and all these parts actually do move. The problem is the reason that I was having a hard time trying to figure out like why this wasn't fitting is because for whatever reason, this strap, if you can tell, it feels like it's actually stitched into place or something, or it's just, for whatever reason, it isn't moving along like it's not going beyond there, where on this side, for whatever, like this one's moving just fine. So I feel like for whatever reason that this loop might be stitched onto the strap itself. So I'm gonna have to like do surgery on this thing and like try and figure out where it's stuck, because that's what feels like is the problem. I think that's the problem. I might be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. So already I'm a little bit frustrated that this is how fast we're moving already. The fact that I have to figure out what's wrong with this bikini is a little bit frustrating, but I have patience and I'm gonna figure it out. So we'll be back hopefully with the bikini top on my body. Okay, so we are back to this angle setup again, so that way you guys can actually get a full look of a full head to toe look of what the bikini looks like. So as far as the bottoms go, they took me about a minute or two to like figure up how to tie them up, which I know sounds very blonde. It should be very simple for tie up bikinis, but because the straps or the ties of these bikinis are so these bikini bottoms are so long. It took me a minute to figure out how I wanted to have them, or like where I wanted to have them tied up. So there was that. But as far as the quality goes, the thickness is actually really nice. I like how they fit. I think they're very flattering. Overall I think that they give me the right amount of coverage that I was looking for, and the pattern is really, really cute. So as far as the bottoms go, they're definitely a win in my books. But this top is horrendous, and I hate to say it, because this bikini I was probably looking forward to the most out of all the bikinis. Let me show you why the design of this bikini makes no sense, and this is where I was having so much problems. This is just doesn't seem to make any sense. Like, even if I were to put it all the way up there, like, is that how it's supposed to fit? That doesn't even feel right. So if I bring it down here, where ideally I would assume it is supposed to fit like that, the straps of this are way too big. As I showed you, the one strap was sewn in onto this, like, into this strap, so I had to rip it off. No matter how tight, like, this is so tight that you can see that it's like digging into my skin. It doesn't matter how tight you make the bottoms, it doesn't make this any tighter. So as far as this style bikini, I was very skeptical with the style of this top, and I thought that maybe this would be, like, out of all the, like, fun star covers or, like, fun shape pattern tops and bikini tops, or, like, just tops I've seen in general on the internet, I don't think that this is just a good representation of all that's out there, because this is just designed so poorly. So what I feel like I'm gonna have to do, I feel like I might even have to cut this, to be honest, because there's so much fabric that I don't even know, like, even if I were to go to sew this, like, I don't know if I can get that to work. Like, there's so much fabric, and this isn't a size thing. Like, I don't even think that if I got this in a size small that this would change anything. I just think that this is designed really poorly for whatever reason. But the photo online is so flattering and it's so cute. So I'm very conflicted. I really like the pattern. I wish that this style fit better, but it simply doesn't. Even if I, like, bring that in, it doesn't make it any better. It's supposed to look like she looks like she's wearing it like that, and then these, and then, like, if I hike these up, like, it makes it a little bit better, but it just, I don't know. I don't know why they made these straps so long. I think that it's just, this style is designed poorly. I think that's all it is. I think it's just not executed properly, which, again, for as inexpensive as the brand is, or the company is, I guess I don't want to say I'm not surprised, but at the same time, like, I wanted it to be good, but it's just not good. So we're not off to a good start as far as these bikinis go. Hopefully the rest of the bikinis, when they show up, they'll fit better, but so far this top just ain't it. But the bottoms are great. I definitely can see myself getting use out of these bottoms in the future. So at least that's a win. Alright, y'all, so that was the beginning and the preview to the Zaful bikini haul. We're not off to a good start, which is okay. I'm optimistic. I bought so many bikinis that at least one of the, like, sets should work. Again, I really am disappointed that this top isn't fitting me well, but I feel like I may be able to figure something out to make it work. So maybe by the time the rest of the bikinis show up and that video goes up, or I record that video, then maybe I'll have fixed this top, so I'll show you guys if I fixed it or not. I liked the idea. Again, just the execution didn't work out. Not even close. So we'll see if I can fix it. But that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Hopefully the rest of them will show up soon. That's really the only concern that I have. I hope that they haven't gone lost or they didn't get stolen or any of that. I hope that they just show up quickly. I have another package coming from Abercrombie & Fitch tomorrow. It's honestly just a handful of things, but I might just throw up a video just to tie you guys over for the rest of the bikini haul whenever the bikinis decide to show up. But until then, see you next time. Adios.